We can't hear you, Vince. Could somebody please turn up the volume of the microphone or something?
Welcome to WrestleMania 3!
Vince literally waited 30 seconds between both of the welcomes to the audience.
Didn't play in the first one, but I'm a player today.
Bob Uecker's not even competing tonight, so no, he's not a player today.
The electricity that's in the air, you could cut it with a knife.
How the hell could one cut electricity with a knife? That's not even possible. Don't know what Gorilla Monsoon means by that.
It's a tag team contest.
Wait a minute, we're actually getting into the action immediately upon the first 2 minutes of the show instead of some lengthy promo? Man, 1987 must have been awesome for wrestling fans. Makes me wish I was alive to experience this.
Got caught right in the...
That's another center move for that amazing move by Tom Zenk on the magnificent Muraco. Gotta say, that was impressive.
What they're doing right now.
Why is Bob Orton being counted out when he's not even the legal competitor at this moment? I didn't see Muraco tag him in earlier.
In front of 90,000 plus screaming fans.
I don't hear those 90,000 plus fans screaming. As a matter of fact, I don't hear much reception at all. Wrong time to say that they're screaming, Gorilla.
Oh, went to the wrong corner.
Why the awkward pause before Tom gave Bob the arm drag takedown?
A man who has excellence of execution.
So he's got a little of Bret Hart in him? That's interesting.
Well, this match is far from over.
This match is far from over mainly because it just started. Duh. The match being over actually didn't cross my mind early on.
Do a thing, reversed again. Oh, look at that.
Wrestler accidentally takes out his own partner, which usually costs them the entire match cliche. Hey ref, your butt's in the way of the damn camera. Trying to see what's going on here. Please move. Here, get a random shot of the commentator's point of view of the action.
1, 2, he got him.
Nope, I call bullshit on that. Tom Zenk wasn't even the legal man in the match. Rick Martel was. So we start off WrestleMania 3 with some poor officiating. Previously on WWF.
It's Billy Jack Haynes.
Billy Jerk.
Billy Jerk Haynes, even though that was a funny comment from Bobby the Brain Heenan. I just want to say, those ring carts that transport the wrestlers to the ring are damn awesome. Some would say it's a lazy way of getting to the ring, but I think it's awesome.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
The bell just rung and this match is now underway, yet the referee is trying to get Billy Jack Haynes and Hercules off of each other.
Dave Hebner a little bit reluctant about...
Looks like I just found the inspiration for Chris Jericho's light-up jacket 25 years later.
You got it right. Boy, did you...
Ow, that Irish whip into the turnbuckle hurt. Let me run to the other corner. That should totally loosen up the pain in my back.
I'd go for a cover right here.
Jesse Ventura acting like Hercules isn't even trying to go for the cover at all when he's clearly doing that.
2 count. He didn't want...
Letting your opponent up instead of winning the match is very poor strategy. Most of the time, the wrestler that does that ends up losing the match.
That suplex. There's a...
Definitely on the list of most awkward clotheslines I've seen in professional wrestling.
Heenan staying well back. That's it. Oh, there's the...
Why didn't Billy Jack just release the full Nelson and get back into the ring before the referee counted to 10? Sure, it would have been a simple countout victory, but that's way better than a double countout with no winner.
Both men...
Post-match assault from Bobby. Also attacking from behind, even if that's a heel's job. No! Don't come after me! Don't hurt me! I still have to come out to the ring 2 more times tonight with Harley Race and Andre the Giant! Sure, Hercules assaulted Billy Jack with that chain and knocked him out with a full Nelson, but I don't think Bobby realizes that Hercules did not win the match.
Although this is a mixed tag team match.
I don't really think this qualifies as a mixed tag team match. Sure, 2 of the partners on each team are midget wrestlers, but in the end, everyone is a male. And yes, there's also special rules for this match, though it doesn't feel right to call it a mixed tag team match. The referee doesn't even wait for Hillbilly Jim's music to stop playing before he rings the bell to start the match. What a dick. Meanwhile, on this far side of the stadium, the side where you can barely see the action from the distant floor seats, a good reason why I'm never sitting there at any of these shows.
The small guy's got a tag each.
Here, don't bother looking at the match going on, just watch the fans behind me.
Bundy is...
Hey,
Little Beaver is addicted to King Kong's Bundies.
that guy's huge.
Bundy's got the...
So in the 1980s, a tag isn't legal if the wrestler on the apron is standing on the rope, as we learned from a previous Sin video. But a tag is legal when both the legal and non-legal wrestler are outside the ring? That makes literally no sense. I need to read the rule book on 1980s tag team matches again.
Right through the legs and a drop...
Wait a minute, didn't the commentator specifically say earlier that in this match the midgets fight the midgets and Kong only fights Jim? So why isn't Hillbilly Jim entering this match right now? And why is Little Beaver still allowed to wrestle Kong? Did the rules literally change halfway through this 3-minute match or something? My head is spinning really badly.
These guys are enormous.
Is Bob saying that just to state the obvious, or was he used to seeing the midget wrestlers and then seeing the bigger wrestlers made him think they were Andre the Giant size? Decide.
Little Beaver...
Wait, what? So King Kong Bundy gets disqualified for putting his hands on Little Beaver. Okay, I think I can let that slide. But if Kong could get disqualified for doing that, why wasn't Little Beaver disqualified for giving Kong a dropkick earlier in plain view of the referee? What the freaking hell is even going on here?
I'm looking forward to talking to the lovely Elizabeth because she's
Randy Savage is a dick to Miss Elizabeth being interviewed.
You are a real charm.
Sarcasm.
The Fabulous Moolah and the Weasel.
The Weasel has a name, you know.
See you guys later.
Thanks for being here, I guess.
In the special WrestleMania interview area.
Ooh, a special WrestleMania area for an interview? Can't wait to see what it looks like.
I'm very curious, Junkyard.
Oh, it's the exact same place that the other interviews took place. Well, now I feel ripped out for a supposed special location.
Keeper of the crown, the queen of professional wrestling, the Fabulous Moolah.
Even though that is clearly not the Fabulous Moolah hanging onto Harley Race's crown.
Hey, they don't call him the brain for nothing, you know.
They don't call this guy by his nickname for nothing, you know, cliche.
Race, the king going right out after.
That is one of the biggest examples of a wrestler watching his opponent the whole time and having every opportunity to counter any move their opponent is about to deliver.
Oh,
Would have been awesome to see had we seen it from a better camera angle.
and another three.
Alright, on this occasion, I'm glad Bobby was in the way of the camera because seeing Harley backflip himself out of the ring like that was one of the most cringe-filled moments of this match.
Went for the headbutt. Never blow, up and over.
Oh, so that's why Triple H unnecessarily throws himself out of the ring in the future, because Harley did the same thing many times in his career.
2. Oh, got him. Count, he got him.
Wait, that's it? I clearly saw Junkyard Dog kick out of that pin. Congrats, I guess, to Harley Race, but this match was extremely awkward from start to finish.
Oh, he grabbed him.
Haha, I get it, because Harley's the king. Wah, wah. Also, another post-match assault. King's outfit theft. Vince McMahon's I instantly regret being in the presence of Hulk Hogan while he delivers his promo to Andre the Giant Face.
Jacques and Raymond.
Big hand for Jacques and Raymond. The
Howard Finkel calls him Raymond, but Gorilla Monsoon calls him Raymond, so don't get on my case if I'm pronouncing his name incorrectly. For now, I'm just saying Raymond.
This is not a 6-man match, Jess. What are all these guys doing out there?
Only now does Gorilla have a problem with wrestlers having managers accompany them to ringside.
Remember last year, part of WrestleMania 2 was a nightmare.
It was likely a nightmare because of the stupid decision to have WrestleMania 2 broadcast in 3 different cities and time zones.
And Brutus with that strange haircut of his.
Well, thanks for randomly bringing up Brutus Beefcake's haircut as if we even cared about it in the first place. Bobby Heenan randomly showing up at the commentator's booth. I guess we could rename this event Random Mania.
He knew he couldn't be Hercules.
Meanwhile, Greg the Hammer Valentine with a figure 4 leg lock on Raymond Rougeau. Will Raymond tap out? Can't believe I have to put in my own commentary for a wrestling event in freaking 1987.
I have nothing to do with midgets. I don't like midgets.
Bobby Heenan is addicted to midgets.
Forget that match. Talk about my career.
Bobby Heenan is also addicted to commentators actually wanting to do their job.
2-0. Oh, look at.
Wow, that's the second time that cliche came up tonight. Tonight hasn't really been the night for tag teams now, has it?
Referee's kind of bravo. Get him right.
Victory due to outside interference is always a sin. Congrats, Brutus. You won the match for us. For your reward, we're going to ditch your ass and run away. Peace out.
All right, Jimmy Hart, I understand.
I don't have a problem with pre-match interviews, obviously, but it makes more sense to show the video of Adrian Adonis and Jimmy Hart getting interviewed before they actually make their entrance to the ring. With all due respect to Roddy Piper, running down that long aisle to the ring could waste your energy and give Adrian an early advantage.
Either have a bald Scott or Humpty Dumpty.
Fat jokes.
He got away. Look out, upside down and out.
While that was unnecessary, that was actually impressive, and I'll give that a sin remover for Adrian's amazing athleticism.
As he rams him in.
Adrian just watches and lets Roddy throw Jimmy into him instead of, I don't know, helping out his manager. Let's cuddle each other. Man, with how many times Jimmy gets involved with this match, I'm actually believing he was secretly added to this match and made it a 2-on-1 handicap match against Roddy.
I bet he can take Euchre.
Speaking of that, where the hell did Bob Uecker go? Last we heard, he was heading down to ringside to see the Fabulous Moolah, and that was nearly an hour ago.
Doesn't know where. Oh, look at that cheap shot.
Not really a cheap shot if Roddy was face-to-face with Jimmy. He just didn't counter in time.
Oh, look at that, Brutus.
Seriously, how much more random appearances are we going to get tonight? Sure, it makes sense in some ways for Brutus the Barber Beefcake to return since he's the barber and this is a hair versus hair match, but still.
There comes the Goldilocks.
Wah, wah.
I believe Humpty Dumpty is getting ready to take a great fall.
The ruling was the loser gets their head shaved clean, and yet Adrian still has over 3/4 of his hair still on his head by the time Roddy and Brutus are finished with him. Man, nobody ever follows through, do they?
Jesse, the Body, Ventura.
Who's here to say absolutely nothing. Seriously, it's yet another waste of time. Leaves the commentator's desk to head down to the ring, all just to get recognition from the fans who already knew that Jesse was here.
He's been suspended for life plus 10 years.
Suspended for life plus 10 years? That last part was kind of weird to think about. Once you're suspended for life, there's no getting out. How does one live an entire lifetime and then another 10 years after that?
Here they come right now, the Hart Foundation.
What? The Hart Foundation is already in the damn ring. Coming down the aisle was the British Bulldogs and Tito Santana.
Matilda literally clearing the ring.
Pre-match assault, with entrance music still playing.
Oh, got caught right in the middle of it.
Jesus, is Tito trying to break Bret the Hitman Hart's neck or something? That was a nasty fall.
Really taking a pounding tonight,
He certainly
Gorilla.
has, and he deserves every one of them.
Biased commentary from Gorilla Monsoon.
Nobody home as Davey got out of.
Dynamite Kid was already entering the ring before Davey Boy Smith could officially tag him in. I would probably go against that, but I've pointed this out one too many times in this video, so I'll just count a sin and move on.
Of course, the championship not on the line here in this six-man tag team match.
That thought didn't even come up into our heads, honestly.
Irish whip.
Danny Davis was already starting to fall before Davey Boy Smith could connect with that clothesline.
First of all, the man is undefeated in over 15 years.
Probably should not have said that, Bobby. It would suck if your words end up jinxing Andre's 15-year undefeated streak.
Bobby the Brain healing.
Bobby the Brain healing.
Look at here, I got my WrestleMania shirt.
Very nice. What do you want, a medal?
Holding on, but taking too long. Drop kick, nailed him.
Well, that's what happens when you prevent Coco Beware's roll-up attempt and waste time posing for the audience before turning around. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Frankie's Video Bombing.
Top. He got it with a handful of tight.
Victory due to grasping the tights for leverage is always a sin.
Accompanied.
This cameraman is a pervert.
You were there, Jess.
Here, let's be a dick to Macho Man Randy Savage and show the ring from very, very far away. Brilliant!
No disqualification, no countouts.
Sorry, Gorilla, but you're wrong. This match does have disqualifications and countouts last I checked. Randy wasted the first 2 minutes of this match trying to decide where the best place for Elizabeth to stand should be.
He's kidnapped her once already.
So I guess that totally means placing Elizabeth on the far side of the ring will prevent George the Animal Steel from going toward her and potentially kidnapping her for the second time.
Man, Randy Savage. Oh, what a clothesline.
That was in no way a clothesline, just Randy pulling the rope back against Ricky.
Overhooks the leg again, 2 count.
Nope, that was a 1 count. Ricky kicked out before the referee could make the 2 count.
The Dragon held on to the top rope.
The speed and quickness of Ricky Steamboat doing the skin the cat maneuver on the ropes was awesome, no doubt.
Out into the ringside area.
Ricky is on the outside, literally in the crowd, and yet the referee is wasting his time arguing with Randy instead of, I don't know, counting out Ricky?
Why isn't Hebner counting?
He is counting, you moron.
Here, 2 count. No, just snuck out the back door.
Apparently kicking out of a pinfall and preventing yourself from losing qualifies as sneaking out the back door.
Look at Hebner out of position. There was a 3 count.
Oh my god, Jesse is seriously irritating me because that was not even close to a 3 count. Hell, it was not even 2.5. Just a quick 2 count.
Oh, that should be a disqualification.
Are you freaking serious right now? Got nothing to say about the 3 or 4 times that Randy threw Ricky over the top rope earlier? I love this wrestling match, but not Jesse Ventura's commentary.
Package right in the middle. No, Macho Man out.
That one moment when the fans actually thought that an obvious 2 count was a 3 count. I guess Jesse isn't the only one who's confused on what's going on and how wrestling matches work.
The reversal. Oh,
Referee knocked down a crucial point in match cliche.
bombs away. He got it.
And wrestler hits finisher but can't get the victory due to an unconscious referee cliche. Damn, Miss Elizabeth looks pretty happy for someone who just witnessed her man lose the title on the grand stage of WrestleMania. Awesome to see Alice Cooper make a guest appearance, but sadly his appearance during this interview with Jake the Snake Roberts seems awkward considering he's ignored for 80% of it.
Just dumped him. Oh!
Another pre-match assault. Also, Gorilla Monsoon didn't notice Jake attack the Honky Tonk Man until the assault went on for nearly 5 seconds.
Man, nailed him with that guitar, Jess.
Gorilla putting too much emphasis on the pronunciation of guitar.
Look at that ugly face right there.
Jesse Ventura is a dick to heavy metal legends. Then again, Jesse is a dick to nearly everything, so why am I not surprised?
He's turned it around and the snake is slithering.
Jesse, when we refer to a snake slithering, it usually means the snake is in control and about to strike his opponent. So you said the incorrect statement since Honky Tonk Man is in control of Jake Roberts.
The opportunity
presents itself to put your opponent away and you don't take it, that's a big mistake.
Gorilla Monsoon would have been great at WWW Sins 2 expansion. When the opportunity to finish off your opponent is presented, most of the time the wrestlers choose not to take it, which then leads to their downfall of the match. Requesting for a timeout. Also, Jake just lets this happen instead of taking advantage and finishing Honky Tonk Man off.
He's holding on the ropes.
3, he got it.
Victory due to grabbing the ropes for extra leverage is always a sin. Honestly, watching Alice Cooper threaten Jimmy Hart with Damien was another one of my favorite moments from this WrestleMania. I'll definitely take a sin off even if most people wouldn't. Meanwhile, over at this far side of the stadium. And thus begins the 30-plus year debate on whether or not that was the true attendance record for WrestleMania 3. Definitely not debatable about how close I am to that on my subscriber count though.
A tainted champion, I might add.
Wow, it's like the fans actually heard Jesse refer to Ricky Steamboat as a tainted champion. Wow, Hacksaw Jim Duggan enters the ring and attacks Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, yet the fans also pelt him with trash when he's supposedly the American hero in this segment. Guess the fans are dicks to their own country's residents as well as others.
The opponents are approaching ringside.
Oh, are they now? Did not know that. Throughout a good portion of this match, all 4 wrestlers are in the ring, and yet the referee did not call for the bell when it got out of control. Last I checked, this is not a Tornado Tag Team match.
Nobody ever chanted for you, did they, Joe?
They chant for me.
So does that mean we're always chanting for Jesse Ventura whenever we say you suck?
The referee didn't see the tag.
He did. He's not going to allow him to stay.
Tag is made, but the referee never saw it, so it's invalid, even if that rule gets ignored every other time cliche.
Look at this, the Iron Sheik.
Jim Duggan likely got bored, so he started chasing Slick and Nikolai around the ring.
The center of the ring.
The Iron Sheik literally did nothing to Jim during this match to provoke him to attack. Well, I can't say I'm surprised to see unprovoked attacks like that. Typical.
As we're taking a panoramic view.
For the 50th time tonight.
Championship belt around my waist.
No offense, but I don't think there's a World Heavyweight Championship belt right now capable of fitting Andre the Giant. Hell, that belt can barely fit Hulk Hogan.
Literally, a brother against brother.
True, Hulk and Andre were like brothers, but that doesn't mean this is a literal brother versus brother main event. Only way for that to make sense is if those two were actually brothers in real life, which they're not. Wow, this is the second time tonight that Hulk Hogan got interviewed prior to this match. Did Mean Gene Okerlund forget that Hulk was previously interviewed by Vince McMahon earlier? So, did Bob Uecker ever meet up with Fabulous Moolah or what? Yep, we have a grand entrance for a guest timekeeper, even if that guest is Entertainment Tonight's Mary Hart.
With a 1-hour time limit.
The main event has a time limit, yet none of the other matches had time limits.
Individual he is.
That dumbass fan signed video bombing the entrance of Hulk Hogan.
That particular belt.
Another case of ringing the bell before a wrestler's music stopped.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object. He collapsed. 1, 2.
That's it. This match is over. The referee had counted 3, and yet for some reason this match is not over. Andre is the clear winner and got screwed big time, so take this. Hulk Hogan's awkward pose. Talk about overselling a body slam. He looks like he's in one of those Creation of Adam paintings.
There is almost literally a hush.
Unless a hush qualifies as a bunch of fans screaming and having fun, then I don't hear a hush in the Pontiac Silverdome.
Well, he may not have no choice, Gorilla.
Hulk may not have no choice? So does he have a choice to submit, or does he not have a choice to submit? Jesse is really confusing me here.
Nailed him with that boot, and the Hulksters.
Got hit with a massive boot, so let me throw myself out of the ring in an unconvincing way. Ow! Actually, I don't think anything on Andre got hurt in this case. Matt Rippin.
Look at this.
That one moment is the only reason why many fans say WrestleMania 3 is one of the most historic of all time. That single body slam on Andre completely wiped away the memories of the rest of this event, especially the really bad ones. But still, holy fuck! That body slam was fucking awesome and one of the best jaw-dropping moments in WrestleMania history.
Look at the brain.
If I'm being completely honest, throwing trash is one of the most disgusting and disrespectful things for fans to do. Glad they don't do that stupid shit anymore.